All right, guys, I'm here with Travis Vendela, and I want you to kind of tell people your story of why we're here, how this came to be.
Okay. Well, long version or short?
Doesn't matter.
All right. Well, back in 2007, I was in my 8th year in the Army, I believe, and I was leading a recon platoon to do a attack over the Tigris River into an area known as the Jabori Peninsula. And for some reason, I got that weird spidey sense that says, hey, something's probably going to happen bad on this one. So I chose to take the lead, pushed my senior scout back to the rear, and took off over the bridge as fast as a armored Humvee will go. Oh, there goes the dog.
You Humvee guys know how fast an armored Humvee will go.
Yeah, we were hauling butt at about 23 miles an hour.
Hauling butt at 23 miles an hour.
And right as we started crossing the bridge, the first IED went off. It was about 300 pounds of explosives. It was
Oh my god.
3 155 millimeter rounds. But it was about 10 feet to the side, and the armor on the side of the Humvee was good. Sorry, we're getting photobombed by everybody.
It's all right. Family life.
Family life, yep. Anyways, so boom, the first one goes off and takes off the paint on the right side of. Hey, dude, get out of here. Sorry. Anyways, first one goes off, takes off the paint on the side of the Humvee, but we're still rolling.
Still intact.
On run flats on the right side, and once again, we start hauling butt even faster, probably going about 30 now. And we see another IED on the other side of the bridge, and we're getting shot at with everything on planet Earth. My driver starts going around the second IED, and for some reason inside me, I felt like, well, if we go around this, somebody behind us is going to hit it, and they're going to have a bad day. So we didn't have the thought of, oh, hey, let's go hit another one. It was just drive over it. We just got hit with one. Lightning's not going to strike twice. And yeah, it wasn't lightning. It was another IED. So it struck twice. And all of it was up underneath my feet. It was another 300 pounds of
And that's like the weakness of the armored Humvees is from the bottom.
We didn't have anything extra on the bottom. So it all, oddly enough though, it only opened up like a little 6-inch slit underneath my feet. But it did rip the entire engine out of the Humvee. The whole engine came up out of it. And I got the worst of it. Everybody else kind of was dazed and confused. Some guys lost a little bit of their vision. A lot of people, I had 5 guys total, and 3 of them got knocked unconscious. My gunner lost his left leg below the knee, which saved his life, because the engine flipped up onto the turret.
Oh my gosh.
Where he was at, and it dropped him down in when he got hit. Yeah, so I lost. The molten copper came in, took my left leg right off. My elbow was sitting up underneath the FBCB2 armored computer screen, and when I got lifted up inside there, it snapped my elbow in half.
Oh my
I hit my head on the roof of the Humvee, which broke my C3, C4, and C5 spines. Broke my right jaw when my helmet smashed into it.
Oh my gosh.
Pelvis blew open 90 degrees, and then, to me, the most interesting part, I don't know, I've lived with it so long, it's kind of become medically interesting to me, that the overpressure that came in pinned me against my seat just as my weapon, my M4, was sitting between my legs, and it got blown to smithereens, but the barrel, because it got hit with that molten copper, got white hot instantly.
Wow.
And it was spinning around inside, and then it hit the inside of the aluminum armor on the inside. I don't know if you can call it armor, but it kind of welded itself inside there. And then the other part went up underneath my right knee. So when my guys came to get me out, they had to pretty much amputate.
Right
Because
there.
they're still getting shot at, so they got to do something fast. So ball peen hammers and pocket knives came out, and they just took my leg. I ended up dying 3 times. But
My heck.
field medicine nowadays is crazy awesome, so
Well, that's good.
yeah. And then I think we're here now because I recently purchased my uncle's 998.
He joined the Humvee family.
And realized that
They're a lot of work.
Well, the last time I pulled maintenance on one, I got blown up when I was a E6 promotable. And the last time I pulled maintenance on that Humvee was 17 years ago.
Yeah, you lose the knowledge.
So I kind of knew what I was doing, and then I got up underneath there and realized I don't know what I'm doing.
So, what kind of upgrades are you wanting to do to your Humvee?
Well, upgrade-wise, first of all,
I know it needs repairs. It's got to be safe.
But yeah, upgrade-wise, first and foremost, I want a hardtop.
Right. Especially living here in Utah. The winter.
The winter.
That was one of my first ones I wanted to do was hardtop and the hard doors.
Yeah, mixed with the salty air.
Yeah.
Eat the crud out of those soft tops, and then
to keep the snow off the roads, they just dump salt everywhere, and that eats up everything.
Yes. And then hard doors. And then I was thinking about doing. You have that hatchback on yours. I like that because I was a scout in the Army, and that's what we rolled around in. Problem is when I use it, I put my track chair in the back. It like fits perfectly in the back, and
so
I don't want to be driving around with a hatchback.
Right. Well, I don't even know if that would fit in a wagon back. Probably even.
I don't know. It's tall. It's taller than the top of the Humvee.
You probably have to keep it open, huh?
Yep. So hardtop. What's the back curtain?
Oh, the rear curtain.
Yeah.
So with the hard top and the hard rear curtain, some hard doors. So did Corey say what needs to be fixed on it?
He hasn't told me yet, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty major under there.
They usually are. I haven't had him inspect mine just because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what all's broken on it.
I will say this though, it runs better than any Humvee I've ever had.
Really?
I ultimately was in the military for 12 years, and never did I have a Humvee that ran that well.
Wow.
Like never had one that
Somebody
started
was
that
kind
easy.
to it.
Yeah. I know I want to do. I need to get like small things like license plate,
frame holder,
the frame holder, and the light on it. I got pulled over by a cop.
Did you really?
Said, hey, you got to have a light on.
I've been driving with my. I mean, it's got. My buddy made me a bracket for it. It's got a light. I haven't hooked it up, but I've never got pulled over for not having the light on it.
So my quick fix was to take. My uncle had wired a backup light onto it. And I just turned it. So it's like the brightest light to have
license
on
plate light you've ever seen.
Yeah.
People are like driving behind you, like, oh man, reflecting in their face.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I think we're gonna head down to Corey's shop and check it out and get a rundown of what needs to be fixed. Like I said with mine, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
I don't want the list because I'll probably freak out when I get the total of what needs to be fixed. It's just
nice
like,
that they can run for so long though when there's something.
When something goes wrong, you can still drive them fairly well. Yeah, all the rubber stuff and all the bushings and stuff of mine probably need to be replaced. We've broken a half shaft off roading. That wasn't too terrible to fix though. So wasn't
I
too
hope
bad.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
That's why I got to have it mechanically sound because I don't want to take my boys out.
Right.
Doing stuff and all of a sudden we
just
break
get
down.
stranded.
No cell signal.
That would
send the 10-year-old.
Right? No kidding. Jeez. Just hope they find somebody.
I'd trust him. The other two, I don't know. I'm gonna have to eat the other two.
All right, guys. Yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. All right, guys. I'm down here at my friend Corey's shop with Travis's Humvee. First off, you can see those awesome 40-inch beefy tires. I'm glad he already has those on there because I can't afford to put those on there. Obviously, they had to put a body lift on there. If any of you guys kept up with my feed, yesterday we tore a hole in the sidewall of my 37-inch military surplus tire, so I can't imagine having to replace a set of 40s. All right, this is one thing that I wanted to check out is how they modified it so he would still be able to drive this. I've never seen one of these setups, and it's really interesting. If you push forward on this, that activates your brake, and if you pull back, that activates the gas. So that's pretty cool. That gas actually, we need a WD-40 that thing though, but it's not as hard to push down as you would imagine it would be. The brake is a little bit harder to push, but yeah, I was really curious on how this was set up. He has just the standard flat cushion seats, not the high backs or anything like that. I'm not sure if he wants to upgrade those or not, or if these just work out better for him to get in and out. We'll have to talk to him about upgrading the seats if he wants to. But other than that, all of the interior of the Humvee is stock. The whole center section is empty, which sometimes I kind of miss. But yeah, soft top. Looks like it's in decent condition, but he does want to upgrade this to a hardtop roof just because winters in Utah really suck. We get a lot of snow and it gets cold and windy and drafty, obviously. And he wants to upgrade to some hard doors for that reason also. So we're looking for some companies that are willing to, if you've got any takeoffs, from vehicles that they wanted to upgrade, roofs, rear curtains, maybe some X doors if we can score some in decent shape for a decent price. We'll probably set up a GoFundMe for those that if you want to just chip in a few bucks or whatever. Locally, we're probably going to do a few activities, maybe do some raffles, some car washes. Talking with Corey with the repairs and some of the upgrades that he wants to do, we're looking around $10,000, and I think it's doable. I might be an optimist, but I know there's a lot of you guys out there with big hearts, and this is a disabled veteran, has given quite a bit for our country, and I think he deserves a little bit of help, and I don't think that's too much to ask. So me and Corey are taking on this project. My wife's going to give us some assistance in running the raffles and stuff like that because she feels the same way I do. So yeah, we're going to get all that set up. Corey's not here at the shop right now, but when he gets here, we're going to talk about some of the stuff that needs to be repaired. So if there's any companies out there, if you've got extra parts laying around, help us out, and send it over. But yeah, so when he gets here, we'll discuss that. All right, guys, I'm here with Corey, and he's done a rough inspection on what this is going to need repaired. So I'll let him kind of cover that.
Yeah, so the Humvee, not as bad as most Humvees I see, to be honest. We've got some axle seals, inners and outers. T-case is leaking. We have to split that and reseal it. We want to be able to come in and do a service on the whole vehicle. He knew the oil had been changed somewhat recent, but we're gonna flush the coolant to make sure it's all good for this summer. It's supposed to get hot here soon. We'll clean out his radiator, make sure his power steering fluid and his brake fluid looks all clean. If not, we'll replace that. The hubs and diff fluid is the big ones to get in there when we do the hubs, to make sure the spindle nut is all tight and got the secure pin locked in so that his wheel doesn't fly off.
Especially with these monsters.
Yeah, those big boys. That'd be a real not good situation. But other than that, the Humvee is not in bad condition. Just some random repairs here and there. Got some electrical we've got to clean up and rewire a couple things.
So we're gonna work on the fundraising stuff. He's gonna hit up his connections for some of the upgrades and parts, and I'm gonna work my connections. And if you guys want to help out with this project, hit me up, and we'll get it taken care of.
Yeah, we really want to make this thing just so that
we don't want him to have to worry about it breaking down on him.
Yeah, he wants to be able to throw his kids in there and go out and have a fun time and not have any issues, because if he gets out there stuck, he's kind of in trouble.
He'll be screwed. So
yeah. Get him a little tool set that he can keep in the Humvee under the seat to do any minor stuff if something was to happen, or change his flat if he gets a flat. Get him a spare tire as well.
It's a good idea. Think about that.
Yeah.
Spare tire. All right.
If let's see.
If you guys can help us out
for XD series and can get us an extra wheel, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Those are monsters.
Yeah, XD series wheel and I think they're Nitto mud grapplers.
All right. If you can help us out, if you have connections, any leads for us, comment down below. I'll hit you up. You can hit me up, whatever.
Yeah, let us know.
All right. We'll catch you guys later.
Baby, it's a big dark world. You don't need to know about that. Don't need to know about that. I'll protect you with my lies. You don't need to know about that. Don't need to know about that. Just let me love you. Just let me love you. Just let me love you.